Okay, all righty. Greetings, everybody. We are going live. This is Ann Sieg. Welcome to the Voice of E-Commerce. And that is the broadcasting arm of the E-Commerce Business School. And our goal is to display to the public that we are real people who have a go-giving community that supports and empowers each other. So Coach Curt and I, we are thrilled to have you here, and we're going to help take your business to the next level with this edition of the Voice of E-Commerce. All right, before we dive into our topic at hand, I want to welcome everybody. Happy New Year to you. Hopefully you went through some of my training on goal setting, benchmarking, all that we teach here inside the E-Commerce Business School so that you can navigate through 2019 with a game plan to put in place for your business. All right, so we're going to get into a fun topic, something that has a lot of historical significance for me in my journey as an entrepreneur. Little bit of background.
And I'm going to interrupt
Coach
just for a
Sure.
second. Hi, everybody.
Okay.
Welcome. Christy's with us. We love Christy. Christy, is our sound coming through okay? I'm using some new software that I've not mastered yet. So I just want to make sure we're both being heard. If you'd let us know, Christy, that would be great. Go ahead, Ann.
All right, and I meant to refresh my page and make sure. Oh, well, isn't that creative? You did a really good job. Okay, I am very impressed.
We've improvised today.
Yes, and you know what? That's actually a lot of business is you set a game plan in place, and the game plan, in our case, today it was technology was not our friend. Zoom is throwing errors. It's a software we use. It's throwing errors left and right, and we're like, well, let's go to OBS, a different software, and then Curt had to do some patching just to get that to work. So yay for us for being innovative and problem solving, etc. Okay, so the storyline here is one. I am going to be talking about this.
Hoorah!
That's right. Hoorah is right. And this is actually the dog tag for Lisa Celine. So all the staff members get our EBS dog tag. And yeah, the hoorah is because Coach Curt heads up the 10-day accountability boot camp. And so we got this huge bag at our home, and hubby and I went through and sorted for those that we're going to see this coming weekend at the Trifecta Arbitrage Workshop Series. So I've got them ready to go in my luggage, and I will be handing these out this coming weekend, maybe tomorrow night, actually. We have the meet and greet, 6 to 8 o'clock. So I will have these there. All the staff members get them too. And so, Curt, now you're from the military, and these have not only ID, well, that ID purpose is big and encompassing as it relates to the military. But for us, it's a way of identifying with E-Commerce Business School on your body. This is who you are, an E-Commerce Business School member. So very cool.
And Ann,
yes, Coach Curt.
just the graduates of the boot camp are going to get that. Not everybody coming to Dallas has been a graduate of the boot camp, so don't want people with expectations and being disappointed. But they can get one. All they have to do is come to a boot camp. Just call customer service, and because they're coming to Dallas live, I will let them in my next boot camp.
And to be clear, just so I know, they have to also complete the boot camp.
That is correct. It's for graduates of the 10-day boot camp. That is correct. Yep.
That's right. All right. So those of you who don't know, the boot camp is a new addition as of, I don't know, Curt, sometime in the summer, I think, end of summer, or maybe even into fall, and it has been spectacular. That isn't actually the main topic we're going to talk about, but Curt, holler at me if I don't read off the names of everybody that is going to get a dog tag. So I want to remember to do that. But so that's right in front of me. Don't let me forget. I want to congratulate all those graduates, plus who we are looking forward to seeing this coming weekend. We're all flying down to Dallas. Curt, we're going to go back in time a little bit. Quiet homeschool mom makes good, makes big. Is basically my story is I chose to homeschool my sons. I have 3 boys. They're now ages, you ready? Ages 28, 30, and 34. Oh, how time has flown. Absolute most favorite time of my life was homeschooling for 12 years. I loved it so much. But all to say, I was in earnest. I'm not one to just kind of carry one project. No, 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 no. I was helping my husband run his windshield business. So I was doing, for a good season stretch of that, the bookkeeping of that. And then during that season of time, we got into real estate investment. So I'm teaching my boys about balancing a bank account, and they're coming and they're having to paint and shovel and mow. And hey, you're developing a good work ethic, I was telling my boys along the way. And then I started doing a home-based business with my eldest son. And that was, man, when was that? He was 18 years old. And we went to town together on that. Well, no one would take him seriously, and he dropped off and he started to study something called internet marketing. And he was 19 years old at that time. So, but I was really working my direct sales business really, really aggressively because I wanted a backup plan for my husband for the windshield business. I wanted a backup plan, because I've seen that too much in life. You got one thing going and then something happens. Wow, you really get hit broadside if you don't have a backup plan. All right. And so I was building this sales company, and I actually did fairly well. I was the top distributor. I won some awards in the state of Minnesota for selling my stuff, which was mostly nutritional products, and I really, really loved it. It was really fun. But I didn't end up growing a team. That was the part that was weak for me, even though I assure you, I really worked hard at that. And so my eldest son, like I say, he had dropped out of that direct sales company then, like a year or two into the deal. And then I'm still plowing ahead trying to figure it out, right? And I hit a wall where what the company was telling me didn't work. They had their little plan, and it wasn't working for me specifically. So I'm one to want to become resourceful. I don't like throwing in the towel. I go and I try to find solutions. Make sense, everyone? And so my eldest son, he said, Mom, you really need to go online, and you need to find out who your ideal customer is. And I'm like, what? They never taught me that. So he was clearly learning some other stuff that my direct sales company wasn't teaching me. He said, go online, Mom. So I did. I wish I had a video of that very moment where I'm typing in, what were the keywords? All I can think is, help. Anyways.
You want to meet the most awesome person ever in your life. That was probably it.
Second to my husband. So, oh yes, so you're wondering what in the heck is Curt talking about? So I typed in, it was probably help for my MLM or something like that. The industry I was in was network marketing. You know, how do I get more prospects? I don't know what I typed in, but I had the opportunity to get some free information from two different people, mind you. I scoped them both out. The one I really didn't like. It was so hypey, it annoyed me. He never talked about learning and education, because I've since learned, if you're selling stuff to people, never, God forbid, let them know they're going to have to learn something. And I thought, well, that's idiotic. I come from a teaching background. My parents are teachers. And no, I understood the gap from here to where I wanted to be was education. So when some people have a hesitancy to talk about learning, for me, if I hear learning, my ears perk up. And I go, oh, you got something you can teach me? I'm there. So, and you do notice our name is the E-commerce Business School. So like, if someone's coming here and they say, but I hate learning, we're for sure not for people who don't want to learn. So then they can look for the fantasy of where it's something that lands on your lap without you having to learn. So that's off the table there. Anyways, all to say, so the one guy I didn't like at all. It was very annoying, all that. Whereas when I talked to yours truly here, Coach Curt, no, it was consultative selling. He actually took the time to hear what the problems were that I was having, and then start to give solutions. So I ended up joining Coach Curt in that program, and I started to learn something called consultative selling. I absolutely loved it. And I became the first female marketing consultant. I got a certification, and I ended up becoming the top producer at that company, accounting for 80% of that company volume. That was in 2006. So, Coach Curt, this company did not have live events like we do. We've done up to 18 a year, including trips to China. No, they had these little events, and I think that one they had when we were together at that time, Curt, I think it was their very first. So I had gotten to know you. You had invited me into your mastermind group. I'm starting to rise up the ranks at that time, and then this event showed up. And so for me, it was not even just a matter of the training. I wanted to be certified. I wanted to be really good at my craft, because I firmly believe that as I develop my skill sets, it's how I better own my future, because I have skills that have value in the marketplace. That was my premise from reading Robert Kiyosaki. So anyways, Curt, there was this event, and I had at that time never flown alone. But I was this determined little homeschool mom that, by golly, I'm going to get good at this. I'm going to be successful. I'm going to crack the code, and I'm going to change my family's lives, especially my husband, to be able to bring him home. I was so ultra committed. I mean, you couldn't grab that out of me if you tried. I was so committed. And I certainly wasn't going to let the fear of flying alone for the first time hold me back. But it was somewhat there. I had to navigate through that. And here's how I look at it in the journey of life and business. Fear to me is just a test of my wherewithal, my stamina, my belief, my commitment. And I learned to embrace it in that particular training company as I was working with Coach Curt, because there'd be people who were scared to work the phone. I thought, well, which is worse, my fear of the phone or the fear of failure? Oh, I know what it is, the fear of failure. Well, that's not going to happen, because my sons were watching me at this time. And I thought, their mama ain't going to see me fail. No way. That was more important to me than anything else, that they would see a mama who knew how to dig her heels in and face all the fears and obstacles, of which there were plenty. So Curt, that event was that was a big decision for me. And it was a game changer. By showing up and making the connection, meeting the owner, meeting your other mastermind members, meeting you, that was the biggest game changer, was meeting you. And we have been together ever since, barring when you were 5 years overseas as a missionary. So how many years, Curt? We're coming up on 15.
Yeah. Well, we stayed connected when I was overseas too, even though not as actively. So that was fun. And so we do have to let people in on, and you were an accomplished seller in your company, but you wanted to expand your, as you've already said, your skill base. And so what we both remember is when I pulled up to get you, to bring you to the meeting at the hotel, the room right next door to you were those big yellow signs, condemned. I just had to chuckle. Your first time flying alone, you go to a hotel that there's a condemned room next to you. But anyway, yeah, we did have a great time, and it was great. And that's the value of meeting since then. Even if you can only do it once, when you meet someone face to face and then continue to work, and more so in this day and age virtually like we're doing now, it just takes networking, learning, all of that to the next level. And that's the value of doing it, and that's why you did it, and it really paid off well for both of us.
I was a novice traveler. I was in a room, I walked in that just reeked of mold, absolutely reeked. And I was familiar with it because our eldest son had asthma, ended up in pneumonia, all due to mold. Anyways, and I just was not an experienced traveler to even say, wait a minute, unacceptable, I'm getting out of here. It reeked so bad. And so the room next door was quarantined, and it's the next day, and oh my gosh, there's a few of them. And so that's what I went through my first training event that I chose to travel to for the purpose. I was extremely dedicated to my craft. That's how I look at it. We are all craftsmen, craftswomen, if you will, for our respective, methods. Some of you are doing local retail arbitrage. Some of you are doing print on demand. And how many of you do you have that mindset? Is I'm going to master this craft. And so many, Curt, I ended up in emergency surgery after we'd been together, and then you were leaving for the mission fields and you were in Hawaii, and you were getting your preschooling to go to, not preschool, but your schooling to go down to Fiji. And then it's, Curt, I had emergency surgery and I've got all these leads to call and follow up with. Can you help me? And you did. And I had literally, my son and my husband brought all my paperwork. Ladies and gentlemen, it wasn't all the tools and sophistication that we have now. There was no social media. Things were narrow little channels of communication. There was no Skype. There was no phone texting, no smartphones, close to nothing. We had email, right? Anyways, so I had that emergency surgery, and there I am in working mode after my surgery, for which, by the way, it was when the doctor said that I might have cancer. I grabbed her arm and I said, no, I don't have cancer. Because it was exploratory surgery. I'm like, no, I don't have cancer. And I don't know what gave me that. I don't even know how to describe it, but I grabbed her arm and I said, no, I don't have cancer. Anyways, but there I am in the hospital, and you came in and you helped me because I had limited ability to phone from the hospital and all that, and I had these folks to service, and I didn't want them to not be serviced as I was working my business. So anyways, but yeah, so here we are. It's Wednesday. Curt, you've got some errands to get to in preparation because you're flying out. I think you have to get up at 3 a.m.
Yep. We're headed to Dallas. We're
headed to Dallas for our Trifecta Workshop series. So people do have the opportunity, as it turns out, one of our team members that I've actually known him 20 years now. He befriended my middle son. He on a mission trip, actually, is what it was. Anyways, he's going to be down in Dallas with us. His name is Justin. He is brilliant at technology, and he talked to the hotel, and he found out that he's able to pull off live streaming. And he has backup and double backup and like triple backup. This is what he does. So we are super blessed that we found out fairly last minute that indeed we can do the live streaming. It's a new hotel, so we didn't know, but he's got everything he needs, his external server, all this, that he's bringing with us to Dallas. So if you weren't able to make it, the link is, I believe, on this post. Yeah. So you can find out the details there, and we would love to have you there. All right. And Wes may be touching base with you. He's our business advisor if you have any interest at all. So make sure you go to that link and then you read the info and then you just click to get to the cart page. All right. So what I need to do, I have to read off these names of people who are going to be there this weekend. Amber Giese, she's coming for her second trifecta, which speaks to the importance of coming to multiple times. Why would people do that? One word: value. Value. So Amber, I'll have your dog tag. Annette, hey there, Annette Shaw will be there. Becky Schultze. Beverly Myers, I'll have your dog tag. Bonnie Jameson, I'll have your dog tag. Brenda Spangler, dog tag. Charles Tillman, hey, thanks for posting on the page, Charles. I've been tracking with you. Charles Blatt, both of you getting the dog tag. Cheryl Woods will be there. Dale Bates, hi Dale. Dale, I will have your dog tag. Dave McDonald, Debbie Brent, Donald Cleaver in the house. Hi, Donald. We'll have your dog tag. Donna Basham. I'll have your tag. Glenn Sovian will be there. Gwendolyn in the house. I'll have your dog tag. Jamie will be there. Janet, Jim, Kathy, John Rustin, Judith Calhoun. Best to you on your 15-hour trip. Coming on down. Blessings and prayers for you on your way on your travels. Julie Schroeder, Karen Van Siegern. I'll have your dog tag. Lori Randall, Lynn Rosenberg. Maya, if I'm saying her name, Mia Wow, I'm so impressed with your story. 3 little kids. You posted your success. I'm really, really proud of you, Mia. Maria Alvarez, got your dog tag. Melissa Gunn, Melissa Rivera, got your dog tag. Raquel Ducksworth, I'm almost done here, Curt. Rich Ziegler in the house. Rich, it's going to be awesome to have you there again. High five to you, Rich. Have your dog tag. Ricky McGravy. Robin. Hey there, Robin. Looking forward to spending special time with you. Sabrina. Sabrina as well. Alrighty. Shayla, we'll have your dog tag. Sharon Watley. William Miller, been tracking with you. Got your dog tag. Yvonne Ryan. Doug Noble. Joy. Dallas Greenwood. Jane Couch. Leanne Wolfinger. All of you traveling live. Blessings on your travel and blessings as well on the 80/20 staff, the EBS staff as we travel, which by the way, Danita is coming in from Italy. How awesome is that? Alrighty. So we got off to a late start because of the technology, but we made it in, Curt, due to your brilliance of quickly pulling it together. And you said, this is fun.
And the moral of the story is we're going to meet some people again, face to face, other people for the first time. And if you had to made that effort to come to that first live event, you don't know. Maybe we wouldn't have kept working together. Maybe you wouldn't have felt comfortable calling me from a hospital room. You just never know how things play out. And so making that extra effort. Now, if you absolutely can't, we do have, as you said, we just found out we do live streaming. That's the next best thing. But engage and get to know networking and networks, and you might even still be able to make it if you live in Texas or Oklahoma or something. Just come on down and come greet us. Come say hello. It does and can really make a huge, huge difference for the rest of your business journey because Ann and I are really committed on all the staff to come alongside of you and mentor you on your entrepreneurial journey.
Whoa, someone made a comment underneath. They circumcised their dog last night. Wow, that's a really unique comment. Never heard of such a practice. I don't know if this person is kidding or what.
Well, Anthony might have heard my daily dose of destiny. I talked about my dog today. I didn't talk about circumcision, but I did talk about my dog. So I don't know, Anthony, or maybe you're just a funny guy. I tend to have a little off humor too. So
yeah, that was an interesting comment I've never seen before. Okay, so we are having a live stream no matter what for literally the entire community. Saturday afternoon, it'll be right around 4 p.m. Central Standard. And I'm going to be doing some of my own Facebook Lives like what I'm doing right now, just to bring you up to speed. It won't be the training. It'll be just, I may pull a member aside and do a Facebook Live with them. So we're going to have lots coming out over the weekend. But do put it on your calendar if you can, 4 p.m. CT. That's 5 o'clock Eastern. 3 o'clock Mountain and 2 o'clock Pacific Standard on Saturday. That'll be a community-wide call. Brian Cummings will be sharing his journey as an e-commerce seller spanning 10 plus years. Very, very powerful. So he's going to be sharing that with you with a lot of powerful teaching points. So, alrighty. Well, thanks everybody. It's been great to connect with y'all. Feel free to post any questions you have below. We're happy to address those. Tag us so we see them and are notified. That's really helpful. And you can always email into our support desk as well, support@ecommercebusinessschool.com. Alrighty, thank you, Coach Curt, for coordinating this. I'm really impressed with your fanciness.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, bye-bye.